Haile Mariam Mengistu, a name that evokes both admiration and condemnation. From a soldier of humble origins to one of Africa's most polarizing leaders, Mengistu's story is one of revolution, power, and tragedy. In the early 1970s, Ethiopia was a nation on the brink of upheaval. Poverty, famine, and widespread dissatisfaction with Emperor Haile Selassie's monarchy set the stage for a seismic shift in the country's history. Born in Wolayita in 1937, Haile Mariam Mengistu grew up in a modest family. He joined the Ethiopian military, where his discipline and determination allowed him to rise through the ranks. However, it was the revolutionary wave of 1974 that catapulted him into the spotlight. That year, a military junta known as the Derg overthrew Haile Selassie, ending centuries of monarchy. Mengistu quickly emerged as one of the council's most influential members, consolidating power through a mixture of charisma and ruthless political maneuvering. But power came at a cost. To eliminate opposition, Mengistu launched the infamous Red Terror's campaign in 1977. Thousands of political opponents were detained, tortured, or killed. Streets of cities like Addis Ababa were littered with the bodies of those who opposed the regime. Mengistu's speeches reflected his determination to crush dissent and push forward his vision of a socialist Ethiopia. However, the cost of this brutality was immense, leaving a legacy of fear and trauma. Aligning Ethiopia with the Soviet Union, Mengistu embraced Marxist-Leninist principles. Land reforms and nationalization aimed to address inequalities, but the implementation often led to chaos. Traditional agricultural practices were disrupted, contributing to the devastating famine of the 1980s. This famine captured the world's attention, with millions of Ethiopians suffering. Mengistu's government faced widespread criticism for mismanagement and prioritizing military campaigns over humanitarian needs. Internally, Mengistu faced fierce resistance from insurgent groups like the Eritrean People's Liberation Front, EPLF, and the Tigrayan People's Liberation Front, TPLF. Externally, Ethiopia's war with Somalia over the Ogaden region strained the nation's resources further. By the late 1980s, Mengistu's regime was crumbling. The collapse of the Soviet Union deprived Ethiopia of critical support, and by 1991, rebel forces had surrounded the capital. Mengistu fled to Zimbabwe, where he remains in exile to this day. Even in exile, Mengistu's shadow looms large over Ethiopia. In 2006, he was convicted in absentia for genocide and crimes against humanity. Zimbabwe, however, has refused to extradite him. To some, Mengistu is remembered as a revolutionary who sought to modernize Ethiopia. To others, he is a brutal dictator responsible for immense suffering. His legacy remains one of the most polarizing in African history. Haile Mariam Mengistu's story is a reminder of the complexities of power and the human cost of political ambition.
If you found this video informative, please like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell for more content like this. And as always, let us know your thoughts in the comments below. Until next time, stay informed and stay engaged.